Hey everybody, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Truly appreciate it. If you haven't been here before, right on, welcome. All right, this plow, I am done with it. I losing my mind. You know, the first big snowfall and I need it, and now it's not turning in one direction. The pump's running and then it kicks the breaker off. It's a never-ending story with this Snow Bear fully hydraulic plow. So I'm going to go through some testing real quick. I have to test the remote because it's a homemade remote that I made. So just to make sure that it's not the remote that I made, but I opened up the remote, it looks fine. But let's open the hood, go through some diagnostics of the thing not turning left, and I'm disgusted. Truly. Well, I want to apologize for my previous outburst, but you guys have to go back and see the videos, and I understand what I've been going through with this thing since it's been new. It's mind-blowing, actually. Can't believe it, but anyway. So we're going to start off by opening up the hood. Like I said, I have a homemade remote, and you can go back and watch my videos on that guy. I 3D printed it and then did some soldering and whatever else because the wireless remote that came with it failed. Melted, actually. So that was a failure. So we're going to start. We're just going to check for power at the control where I know it needs it. And I love it when it's wet and drippy, so let's get you guys in here. All right, so right here is where I have the connector for the actual plow remote. So this one's power, and then these are my controls. So these come from the actual remote right here. I'll show you. It's the remote. I just taped everything back together there, just testing it. And I have my power wire, or my power on the top of the remote here. I can turn it on and off. So the problem is right now it's not turning right. So I just want to make sure that I have power coming through here because there is, on this one side, there is an actual, what do you call it, a diode that I had to solder in there. So I just want to make sure that I'm still getting power on two wires when I'm turning right. So we're just going to use a test lamp to test that theory real quick. Make sure I got power on my test lamp. I do. So the plow's on. So when I push up, I should have power on one of these wires here. All right, so there's my up. So I have up power. Now when I go to that one side, I should have power on two wires on that one. That's my main cause. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so I have power on that one. And I believe it's the yellow one, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, okay. So I know I'm getting the proper power from my remote. So that eliminates this remote and this section here. So now I'm going to go to the front of the vehicle where it plugs in on the front. And it's like a trailer plug. You have to check it out. All right, so this is where the plow quick connects to the actual vehicle. I'm just going to check now. That's perfectly clean, super clean in there. I keep it well greased. So now I'm going to check for power on these pins here. I'm not sure which one it is, so we'll just hit them all. All right, got a good ground. Okay, so let's see here. So right side, I should have power on two of these. So pushing right. So I got one, two. All right, so I do have power on both of those. So I know my double power is getting to the actual plug here anyway. So my power, or my issue, is from here forward, which means removing this to check the connections there. I'm just going to do a quick check here just to make sure it's not anything inside there. Nope. Let's get this cover off somehow. Usually you can't take the cover off without removing the actual hoses, which I would rather not do because it gets air in the system. So let's just see if we can loosen this cover, which is already loose, and see if we can get in there and check for power on some of those solenoids. There's another plug right here. So I'm going to test for power at this guy right here. And it's going to be the same testing as we did up on top, so no need to show you guys this. I'll be back in a second. What are you doing? You being a good dog? Alright, so here goes my rant, and you want to know why I think this thing is the biggest piece of crap I ever bought in my life. It's not the wires, it's the solenoid fell off. Why? Because the nut and washer is missing. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? And again, there goes, and that's another perfect example of the quality of this Snow Bear plow. It's so disappointing. I am truly at a loss for words right now. I don't know if I have anything to fix that, so I'm going to dig through my junk pile and I'll see what I have. And the dog thinks he's helping. Ash, are you being a good helper? Hey. Are you being a good helper? Oh, you got a lot of snow on you. Why you got so much snow on you? What are you doing out there? Are you playing in the snow? That's a lot of snow. Alright, well, I seem to have found the problem. Like I said, it was that solenoid. Let me show you what I did. So yes, I had to take the hoses off so I could get the whole cover off. But I took the cover off so that I'm not lazy and I'm not kicking myself later, because I want to check all these connections and clean them all up. I'll pull all these off just to make sure, but I did find a nut that kind of fits that solenoid. It's still a little loose on there. I just got to snug that nut up right there. And we do have our power back. We have our actions all back. Let me show you guys here. Let's grab my makeshift remote right here. I'll turn that on. Ash, look out. So we have our up. All right, there's the up. And there's the side that I was missing. So now we have our side back, and I'm pleased, sorta, I guess. So, pretty short video. You saw what I did quickly just to diagnose a problem that came at the worst time, like honestly. So there you go, guys. Snow Bear snowplow, fully hydraulic, 3 years old. Piece of crap. Don't buy it. Save your money. At the time, I don't even think you can buy this model anymore. I think at the time it was, it cost me about $4,200 Canadian after the taxes, and the equivalent HTX Boss back then was $7,800, I think it was. And I just figured to myself, I'm too cheap. And now I'm really regretting it, because the Boss, you'd have that for life. This, I have to weld it every year. It's never-ending story. So I hope this helps you make your decision on whether or not to buy a Snow Bear product. And yeah, don't do it. Thanks for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if this helped you at all. And we'll see you guys next time.